Hello students, this is part 3 of the chapter 7, the green plants. In this part of the video, we will discuss about the leaf, parts of leaf, function of leaf. Now, what is leaf? The leaf is a flattened, thin, green lateral structure attached to the stem. It is also known as the kitchen of the plant, as it manufactures food with the help of chlorophyll present in it. Leaves grow at nodes of the stem or branches. The leaf is a flattened structure attached to the node with the help of a stalk called as petiole. Now there are different parts of leaf, that is petiole, lamina, midrib and veins. Now what is petiole? The part of the leaf by which it is attached to the stem is called petiole. Now lamina, the broad green part of the leaf is called lamina. Midrib, the thick vein in the middle of the leaf is called midrib. And veins, the lines on the leaves are called its veins. Now the leaves are arranged in a particular pattern called venation. It is of following two types. First is reticulate venation and second is parallel venation. What is reticulate venation? The midrib is prominent and produces lateral veins in a reticulate venation. These veins further divide into 5 branches which form a network of fine veins. This type of venation is found in mango leaves, peepal leaves, etc. If the design of the vein is net-like on both the sides of the midrib, the venation is reticulate. Now, second is parallel venation. If the veins are parallel to one another, it is called parallel venation. As example, rice, wheat, maize, grass, etc. Plants with parallel venation have fibrous root. Now this is very interesting that reticulate venation has taproot and parallel venation is having fibrous root. By seeing the leaf, we can find out that the root is taproot or it is a fibrous root. So all grass family plants are having fibrous roots, and the plants which are the leaves which are having reticulate venation is having taproot. So by seeing we can find out the types of root, whether it is taproot or fibrous root. Now as we all know, function of leaves. Now the main function of leaf is to manufacture food by the help of photosynthesis. Second, transpiration, exchange of gases through stomata, storage of food. It also provides support and it helps in defense of the plant. Now first, manufacturing of food. Plants prepare their own food in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll with the help of water and carbon dioxide. Chlorophyll traps sunlight, carbon dioxide enters through stomata, water and mineral is absorbed by the roots and reaches to leaves. Everything is synthesized and the food is prepared. The second is transpiration. Losing water from the plants from its leaf through the pores in the form of water vapor is called transpiration. It helps in cooling of the plant and also helps in conduction of water. We are not able to see the water vapor coming out of the leaves, but if we do a small activity, if we cover the leaf with the help of polythene bag and leave it for a night, in the morning we can see that very small drops of water can be seen inside the polythene bag. From where does it water comes? The leaves are losing water from the plant, and this shows the transpiration process. Now third is exchange of gases through stomata, that is respiration. So through the stomata, carbon dioxide enters and oxygen comes out to the atmosphere. Now the next is storage of food, and also leaves provide support. In some plants, leaves are modified into tendrils and give support to the plants. Tendrils are coil structure, soft coil structure, green in color. The tendril gives support to the plants, for example pea plant, glory lily, etc. Leaves modifies as spines also, which help in defense, like cactus, babul, etc. Leaves are reduced to very fine spiny structures called spines. These are modified to reduce the rate of transpiration and to protect the plant from enemies. So this is all about leaves. The next is flower, which we will discuss in the next part of the video. Till then, bye.